thank you again for coming by my video blog. I'm here with Evangeline Scott, and we're talking about today about kind of a wrap up of 2013, kind of what happened, and looking forward into 2014, kind of the things that we can kind of expect as far as the real estate market and the mortgage market. And we know that last year there was one big change in particular. The market was going crazy fast, big jumps forward as far as values, multiple offers, things going way overpriced, and then all of a sudden, what happened?
My industry has to step in, and the Fed, and just make everybody unhappy, because that's how that's what we do.
Yeah.
So we saw a big shift, and basically the biggest one that most people are aware of is the Fed basically said we're going to stop our mortgage-backed securities purchase program, and that's where they were basically arbitrarily keeping the interest rates low. So that's when we literally, during that time frame, within about a 30-day period, saw interest rates rise about a full 1% on most products. And that really took people back, right? Everybody kind of stopped and went, oh, whoa, what's going to happen?
Well, on a medium price home here in Folsom especially, but like a $300,000, $400,000 home, 1% on a conventional loan is like $40,000 or $50,000, depending on the a lot of other things. But
so it affects,
so that the people that were looking at the people that were looking at 380, all of a sudden, a week later, they can only afford 310.
Right. You have two components to it, right? You have one, obviously, that now that just changed my payment.
Right.
But then you have a whole other category of people that it took them, like you're talking about, reducing the purchase price. They could even qualify for it, and really affected that market.
Right. And then it takes a while for that to kind of sink in too. So that's why the market just went quiet for a couple weeks.
Well, because when something happens like that, and as it did, right, we saw a shift. And then sometimes I would say, gosh, in the last year we've had a little bit of up, a little bit of down, a little bit up, a little bit of down. And so people really want to know, okay, let me take a pause, and is it going to stay that way, or are we going to see another adjustment when they come back and say, like they have, no, we're not going to adjust it, or with the new Fed chair, that's great. Bernanke just said we're going to accelerate that mortgage-backed security purchase program, and he came in and said, I'm not going to do it the way that he said, and we're going to do it a little bit slower.
Yeah. Keep it kind of steady.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was of course the interest rate change because of the market, but there was also some things that came online about the same time as far as differences in the way FHA.
Yep, right around that same time frame, June of last year, is when FHA implemented their adjustment to the mortgage insurance, to where if you only put 3.5% down, you now have mortgage insurance for the remainder, for the life of the loan. And if you put 10% or more down, then you had it for at least 11 years until you had the equity position to get rid of it. So that took a lot of people by surprise, and I don't think it was personally the best move. Because you had people that had to go FHA because they couldn't qualify FHA, maybe because of time frames on a short sale or a foreclosure that they had, right?
Yeah.
FHA also implemented their back to work program, so that's a great one. If you had BK short sale or foreclosure and you can document that you've had a 20% decrease in the income for a 6-month time frame, it's only 1 year after one of those occurrences that you can go ahead and purchase, versus the standard time frame was about 3.
And that came online last summer sometime, huh? Yeah, that's huge. That's helped so many people.
So that's a great program.
It's a big surprise. People don't even know that. I talk to people all the time, and we've tried to get it out there, emails and blogs like this, but a lot of people don't know. So let's say that again. After foreclosure, bankruptcy,
or short sale,
1 year.
1 year
after that event, you can buy with an FHA product right now.
And what I like to do, especially, don't feel like you have to wait to the 1 year time frame to determine if it's going to work. Let's look at all the documentation now, get all your ducks in a row. We'll run you through underwriting and let you know if yes, they agree with that per the guidelines, or no, and we have to look at alternative options.
Well, the other thing that's great about that is that the way you do them, those people are fully underwritten. It's done.
Yeah, so they're basically, they can start looking prior to that 1 year time frame, so that they can basically get into contract,
so that it'll close after this. Yeah, that's huge. Great. Okay. Looking forward, as far as more changes coming, tell us about that. More changes to the mortgage industry and qualifying for loans and the ratios and all that.
So the CFPB basically, as of this year, is implementing the qualified mortgage. So
CFPB is Consumer
Finance Board.
Okay.
So CFPB is implementing the qualified mortgage. So you've heard a lot of things from the news perspective talk about QM, that's qualified mortgage, where basically it now means that if something closes under qualified mortgage, the consumer can't then go turn around and sue the lender if
Right.
it met X, Y, and Z to be a qualified
It has to,
mortgage.
right.
So you're going to see some lenders be a little bit more aggressive in those guidelines, actually tighten more based on ratios and getting those automated approvals and such to make sure that they
Never
fall
get-
within that qualified
right.
mortgage box.
Right.
Mhm.
Just as a
Part of that in regards to the way they're going to be adjusting some of the fees. In general, the word on the street and the talk is we're going to see a little bit more of a rise in interest rates because
of
part
it,
of that.
because there's
Mhm.
more work to it.
Right. Well, and
And we've gotta pay
also
for that.
because the way that they're looking at the fee structure, that they're only
Right.
looking to X amount of percentage on the fee side. So basically, things like processing, underwriting, they might just have to wrap into the interest rate.
Right.
We also have FHA. Their high balance in our Tri-County area had been 580,000, and they're slated to reduce that to match conforming
Which is
high
four-
balance 474,950.
That's
So that's
huge too.
that's
That's
huge.
big.
That takes a good chunk of
Takes
buyers.
a whole bunch of buyers off
Correct.
the market
Absolutely.
A
That
whole
they could have
bunch.
bought 3.5% down
Right.
in that
And-
higher price point.
in 1 year. There's so many people that have that great income, that
Yeah.
everything's good,
Mhm.
yet they've had that foreclosure or short sale.
One good note: the VA lending limit in our area
It's going up,
increased,
right,
from
right.
417 as the standard
are
to
great loans, too.
437.5.
And you know the way the inventory is coming up such that there's not as many multiple offers and so
Right.
much competition. So those are great loans to help
Absolutely.
those awesome people that have helped our country, and we should be taking care of them anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what else to look forward to now? And when will these changes be taking place?
So with FHA, basically that's already slated, and that was taken care of in January. QM again already slated. VA already done. So really, I think part of it, there's not going to be a big difference on the real estate side. I think on your side, you guys have more kind of market-wise seen a little bit of a slowdown,
absolutely.
right? And we're just kind of trucking along.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And has it taken some of your clients off? Some people that weren't able to buy.
The biggest component
of
of
the-
it has been the FHA.
Yeah, so I was going to say, so there was people that could have bought in December but couldn't get in contract, and now
Yeah.
they're out of luck.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Well, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Yeah. How do we get a hold of you?
Evangeline Scott, Big Valley Mortgage. My direct number is 916-496-0160. That's 916-496-0160.
Or you can get a hold of me, and you can text me or email me, or call me, 916-316-3810, 916-316-3810, or email at fourth, that's Forth, fourth at thehoytgroup.com.